Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol DELT. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I don't mean to state the obvious, but I will anyways. Just an absolutely monster move here on the day. The chat room that I'm a part of was pretty on the ball with this one. I'd be lying if I said we caught it right here at the beginning, but yeah, caught it early on, and it turned out to be a very nice mover indeed. So with that being said, let's map out some levels of support and resistance to keep an eye on going forward. First level of support, going to be right here at the $1.50 mark. And this is important just because if you go through the, the story, first, portion of the day where the big move happened, you can see came up here and then pulled back and pulled back. And at this point is always where it gets a little sketchy, because if you've been trading long enough, I'm sure you've seen stocks that start off really, really strong, and then on the pullback, they just keep pulling back and pulling back and pulling back and pulling back. And before you know it, it's right back to where it started. But that wasn't the case here, right? This one bottomed out, found some support right there before getting, the next bounce up. And that bounce happened at $1.50. So that's going to be the initial area of support going forward. And that would be the ideal level, meaning, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the best? If the price can continue to hold above $1.50, that would be the best case scenario. But from the big picture perspective, in a very black and white and kind of a simplistic way to measure the health of the move, the move being, this big old price movement right there, is to keep an eye on that purple line right there, the 50-period simple moving average. Keyword there being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to continue to move its way upwards. And like I said, simplistic way to look at that, as long as the price is up above that purple line, bulls are in full control, bulls are in full health. Now, what about levels of resistance? If this upwards move is going to continue, where are some of these potential battlegrounds at? For this one, pretty straightforward. But before I get to the straightforward one, or the fun one as I like to call it, up there at $2.25. I call it the fun one because I fully agree. I fully understand. It is fun to talk about retesting highs and breaking into new highs, and that's where 225 would come into play. But in many situations, as is the case here, usually there's an initial bridge that first needs to be crossed before you start talking about the fun one. And in this case, that initial bridge is right there at $1.95. So yes, 225 is definitely a level of resistance, but before you start talking about 225, $1.95 is going to be that initial area of resistance. No doubt about it, though. Very nice day to day, so it'll be interesting to see if the bulls can build upon this momentum going forward. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.